Hello, everyone. Hope everybody survived the darkness because we threw those clocks back an hour, a little darker than normal outside. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. This will be the seventh episode in our um, menu series, and it will be our fourth pizza. So we've done Papa John's, and we've done Domino's, and we have done Little Caesars. So this will be our fourth. So our fourth of pizza in that total thing. So we have here. I'm going to talk about, since I was in Michigan. Not I wasn't physically in Michigan, since I was looking at Michigan pizza places, which would be Domino's and Little Caesars. They're both from Michigan. Papa John's is from Indiana. They were founded out of Indiana, so the first one we did was Indiana. Then if we decide to do Pizza Hut next, that'll be Kansas. And then we have there's another couple ones that I worked for in the past that were in Texas. So they were founded in Texas. So Michigan seems to be the big place for pizza. The area that I went to for this one that we're going to talk about, we went to visit the Domino's farms, and I guess they make their own wheat or whatever for their crust. I guess they have a farm. So we went out there. We got to go on a tour of that. But this is not Domino's we're talking about, because we already talked about Domino's. This is a place a lot of you in California may have never heard of. The one I worked for was in California. It most certainly was. There used to be more of these around here. Some of them they didn't make it. It's a different concept. It's something that's a little bit different. It's like, what is this? And it's a little different. So when I worked for this company, I worked for a food court. I managed a food court, and the owner was the franchisee. He was supposed to go to these different schools. The schools were Wiener Schnitzel, Hungry Howie's, and Baskin Robbins. And we also had a beer and wine area that was our own concept. But he didn't want to go in those schools, so he'd send me. First one I went to was Wiener Schnitzel, and that was in like Upland or that area around Upland, Glendora, maybe Glendora. I can't remember. Anyway, I had to go to that school. I went to the school, which was in Orange County, I think, and then I had to go work in a actual restaurant to learn how to actually run the restaurant. That was the restaurant out there. So it might have been St. Deems. I can't remember. But anyway, it's on Foothill in this area. But then I went to Baskin Robbins. That was a lot of fun. That was a fun school. That was in Glendale, Burbank, Glendale area. And then I had to fly to Michigan. Michigan. I think it's Stevensville, Michigan, is where they're from. And I stayed in one of those extended stay hotels, and it was, place. I think it was like 6 weeks long. It might have been, might have been four, but I think it was 6 weeks. And we went to a, we got to go to a basketball game, because this pizza place, they're the pizza that's used there, so they get free tickets. And we went to a basketball game and a concert for free. And at night, I would just sit on the patio and drink coffee if it wasn't too late. I was really big then. I was at my heaviest, close to my heaviest probably. And I just have a cup of coffee, and I would talk to the geese, because the geese went, honk, 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 and the ducks would come by, quack, 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 and I would throw them bread seeds and popcorn, because I didn't also have any bread. Not bread seeds, whatever. Bread seeds, bird seed, bird seed and popcorn, popped popcorn. So I would do that, and they gave us homework, but I didn't really need to study. I would just read it. Okay, this many ounces on a medium dough ball. This, and I just kind of memorize it. I'd write down little cheat sheet notes, and I kind of just go over it before they give us any kind of a test. Most of it was performance test. Making the food, doing the food, handling the phones. I had done that for years before that, so it wasn't anything that spectacular. I'd already worked for Pizza Hut for 4 years, I think, at that point, when I went to this school, and I'm pretty good at that kind of stuff. Food stuff, I'm pretty good at. I'm good at running a place. I'm good at talking to the customer and all that. If you just think a little bit and try to be a kind person and try to accommodate as much as you can. You don't want to give away the store, but be as nice as you can, and the customer's not always right. They say the customer's always right. Maybe if they're trying to be, but a lot of times they're not even trying. They'll call you up, hey, yeah, I ordered 95 large pizzas, and and you guys took my money and never delivered it. If I had an order for 95 pizzas, I had to bring people in. They would call me, hey, David, we got an order for 95 pizzas. Okay, did they pay in advance? Yeah, they paid. Okay, I'm on my way. And drive over there, and and cut and put them in the box and get them all ready to go. It never happened. They'll do that kind of stuff. So anyway, this place is called Hungry Howie's. Hungry Howie's. They have on their box. They have this blonde-haired dude, and he kind of comes out of a pizza. People think that it's the weirdest thing because it's a box and has a pizza. Then his neck comes out of the pizza on the logo, and he's a blonde-haired kid, and it's called Hungry Howie's Pizza, and we'll go through what they have that's the same as the other places, go over some of the different stuff. It looks like the menu hasn't really changed too bad. We didn't have one. Oh yeah, okay. Well, it did change a little bit. Okay, some of the stuff I can talk about because I know exactly what it is because I made them and did this kind of things. Looks like they have some different stuff. We won't really go too much into. I guess we'll go a little bit into pricing, but here in California, there used to be one that I managed, which was in Temecula. Then there was one in Duarte, one in Monrovia. There was one in Ontario, Ontario Mills, and a few others. Now it looks like in my area there's just one in Glendale. It looks like I didn't check all of the locations. I just went closest location to me, so I had to go all the way to Glendale. So for those of you who aren't too familiar, I live in Monrovia. There'd be like Monrovia, Arcadia, then into like Pasadena. And then you go a little further, then you'd go like into Eagle Rock, and then Glendale's right there. So it's maybe about, I don't know, 15 miles away. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe 15 miles from Pasadena, maybe 20 from here. I don't know. So anyway, let's take a look at them. Hungry Howie's Pizza. Have you ever eaten Hungry Howie's Pizza? If you live in Michigan, you probably have. It's big in Michigan. It's the only one that I'll be talking about. We all know Pizza Hut, which maybe we'll do next, or maybe we'll do the one I was thinking about in Texas that I did work for them. I worked for about 3 or 4 months. They were want to open a new location, and they needed help at the old location. And since I managed restaurants, I said, well, I'm not really interested in working too much for them because at that time I was in the Texas Air National Guard, and I was having an annual tour coming up, and I just want them to hold me over to my annual tour. Then I have another job that I can work. I was honest with them up front. They said, sure, we'll take 3 or 4 months with a manager. So let's take a look here. I'm going to go ahead and pause it, like I said, and then we'll flip it around. Here's the pause. Okay, and by now, we know that on the flip, if I can hold this by hand, they have a huge thing right here. Here's the logo. I don't know if you can see this on the pizza. Here's behind him, but on a flat box, it looks like his head's coming out of a pizza, and people would always laugh about that. And here is find the location nearest you. They're doing a big thing here with mac and cheese. That was a big thing for a little while. They're mac and cheese pizzas, and they use I don't know if they even use pizza sauce. I don't think they do. I think it's just like a cheese sauce, and then they put the mac and cheese on there. And this one has those panko breadcrumbs, and it's a Japanese bread crumbs. They're good. Okay, so let's go down to the menu. Of course, here we go, pizzas. We'll click on that first, I guess, if that's a click. Yeah, so here they have the same kind of thing. Build your own. There's the mac and cheese. They have a jalapeno mac and cheese. The bee sting pizza. We didn't have that. We did have the meaty dessert. We had this one. And most of these works pizza. People like this one. It's like their Hawaiian pizza, but I think it's made with it says ham, bacon, pineapple. Yeah, it has a few extra toppings on there. People liked that one. And why am I not getting it? I don't know. Okay, anyway. So they have this one right here. Okay, there. People did like that one. They came with a barbecue chicken one when I was working there. People would say, don't they eat a lot of that in California because and I said, yeah, they do like that one. Veggie pizza. This is kind of new. Bacon cheddar cheeseburger. I made a chili cheese. When I was working there, I kind of came up with a chili cheese burger, which is really good. It's I made it with a chili sauce and added it to the marinara. Asian chicken. Yeah, that was there. And we did not have the gluten-free when I was there. And there's the pizzas. Okay, and the sizes. They have some new sizes. They have a really huge one. It's called the 72. It's like 72 inches or 72 pieces. I don't know what it is. But they have the junior, the small, medium, and then yeah, the different types. We did not have deep dish when I was working there. We did not have that. We did have a thin crust, but we did not send it through the sheeter. It was just like a pre-made, like frozen crust, and it was not good. It was just not, no one liked it. What they do have is called flavored crust. This is the most popular when I was there. It's called the butter cheese. They put a ring around the crust, so where you have the bread portion of the crust, you can get that flavored. And this is the ones that, do they have anything? Oh, they got rid of one, I think, that they had back then. So butter cheese. We didn't have that. We had ranch, Cajun, sesame, garlic herb, and Italian herb. Yeah, I think they got one of them had like rye seeds in there. I don't know what it's called, but people did not like that one at all. So as you can see, it's not there anymore. Traditional toppings, nothing, anything different than anyone else. They do have steak. Some restaurants do not have steak. So most of the steak ones don't do very well. I don't know why, but they don't do very well. So those are the pizzas. Let's go to flatbreads. We did not have flatbreads when I was there, so let's take a look at that. It's new to me as well. This might be a little bit lower in carbs, so we kind of know about the people. These might not be slapped out there or made there. This might be a situation where they, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just saying. I'm not really sure, but that would be. It looks like it's the same chicken, the chicken and the Howie Maui, and all that. Looks like they don't have all of the ones they have in the regular pizza, but it looks like it's just the regular pizzas. This is something weird, and this they came up with. They also had calzones for a while. They did have calzones, but these were kind of like a calzone. But what they do is they just take the sandwich and the bread. It's a fold over. I think it's a medium pizza, and then they have the sauce and everything. And I think some of them are cold. Like this one here, I think is cold. Yeah, it has lettuce and thing. It's either they run it through with the meat and the cheese, and then they stuff it, or some of it, like this one here, would be just you put everything on there and run it through. This one too, I would imagine. But the ones that like the lettuce and stuff, they would just open it and stuff it in there too. People like these. These were pretty popular, and I think they would have some kind of a combo at that time. These probably for me get quite a bit of bread, but these are pretty good. So if you're a vegetarian, you know they have the veggies, all that kind of stuff. Let's look at Howie bread. This is something I don't eat. I was really good at making these. I made them really good. That's some of the three ones. Pumpkin spice, I get sure for the holiday, and all that is it's just this was just a. I think it was a medium. I think it might be a small. I can't remember. But we would just when we'd roll it out and slap it out, we would make it. We wouldn't slap there. We use a sheeter, but we would form it into a rectangle, and then we would make those. The ones that when I was there, we had this one and we had this one, and these were just all these are other regular bread. It's just bread. And then they would put the butter on there, and then they would sprinkle it with the different toppings on those. And those are the same ones there. So for me, yeah, this is kind of high in carbs, so I would stay away from that. They do have salads, and we had salads when I worked there, and it's the same ones. So basically here, you got your Caesar chicken, garden salad, Greek, and the antipasto. I do like it. I love antipasto salad, you know, with the meats on there and everything. So all three of these look pretty good. Pretty good for health. So once again, for me, if it has a side of croutons, yeah. So I wouldn't use the croutons. So if it's a side of crouton, I would have that. I can tell them, please don't give me any croutons. Howie wings, we did come out with a wings while I was there, but it's only one kind, and these are the same as all the other places. You know, these probably come in a bag, and they're frozen. Maybe either they're frozen or they might put a bag in from the freezer into the walk-in and make them that way. I'm pretty sure. I know they're not back there putting sauce on there. Well, they could be. I mean, I can't say I know. But the ones with that aren't breaded, these look like those aren't breaded. There are a few that are not breaded. So once again, remember there's hidden calories and hidden carbs in a lot of the sauces. They're not really hidden. They're just there. So a lot of people think, well, I only had barbecue chicken. Why did my blood sugar spike? Well, the sauce on your let's say you got a half a chicken. Is it a half chicken? Yeah, it's a breast, a wing, a thigh, and a drumstick or whatever. They have those. halves or whatever, and but when you take into consideration how much barbecue sauce on that, that's probably enough more carbs you need for the entire day, just on that one thing. So here we go. Everybody's doing these now, the no dough bowls. Same kind of thing. It looks like this. Kind of bake the cheese. Some of these might almost taste like a lasagna without noodles. You know, if you get like the meat eaters, it's a crustless pizza with pepperoni, and all they do is they're just not using the meat. I don't know what kind of pans these are to not have all that stick. Like maybe they spray it with some of that spray, stuff kind of like a Pam or one of those kind of things. Maybe they do that. I'm not really sure, but that is an option for those of us like me that can't have. Well, of course, like I always say, I can have whatever I want to eat, but it's better for me to have not to have the bread and the dough from these desserts. Let's take a look. Same kind of things. They did not have this one is there. We had this and this, and nobody really. This was really gooey inside. So if you like a really soft cookie, you might like that, but it really falls apart. You wouldn't be able to cut it like this and slide a piece off. It's gonna fall apart, and a lot of people didn't like that. Maybe they let it cool a little bit longer, but if you're in a pizza place and it runs through the oven at 8 minutes and they cut it and that's it, send it out. The customer might want to wait. In fact, I think I did tell people, hey, that's going to fall apart, and you might have to eat it with a spoon. If you let it cool down a little bit, it's still gonna be fresh. It just came out of the oven, and they'd appreciate that. Usually, if you talk nicely to someone and give them the gist of it. So for these, all three of these, that'd be special occasion only for me. I would not eat them on a regular basis. Drinks, let's see what they have. Okay, they're a Pepsi company, as you can see, and there they look at this photo here. I don't know what happened to that. Maybe they had the fire there, Photoshop guy. But yeah, so same thing. Just regular drinks. This would be the no caffeine. This is higher caffeine water. And on some of the menu boards, they call it pop. And people would say, "What's pop?" They wouldn't even know. So this is Hungry Howie's Pizza. Have you ever eaten it there? They're famous for their flavored crust, whereas right to Papa John's has that garlic sauce everybody wants. So let me go ahead and I can just turn it around. What's in here? Okay, there I am again. So there it is. So if you have any questions about Hungry Howie's, I did manage one. I went to the owner school, so I had all the information for owners. If you want to know about franchise information, I don't know much about it. I think that the franchisee, he was happy with it. We made a lot of money, and that's usually a good a good indicator they might have liked it. So if you have any questions, that's Hungry Howie's. They're from Michigan. I think they're out of Stevensville, which is near Detroit. Michigan, and if you have any questions on that, let me know. Have a great night, everyone. Take care. I'll see if we can get this out. They're now saying on YouTube the best time to put out a video is like 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'd have to probably schedule that to open at that time. Take care, everyone. This is Hungry Howie's Pizza. Take care.